Hello, hello. Welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. How are you doing, my friend? My name is Talia Joy. Welcome back to the show. And if you're new here, if this is one of the first times that you're tuning in, hi, welcome. I'm so glad that our paths have crossed. Again, my name is Talia Joy, and this episode is a really good one that you did not stumble upon by accident. This is a divine reminder today, one that your soul has been guiding you toward. And this is something that is, how do I even sum it up? One of those things that's like the biggest thing to focus on ever, and sometimes the hardest thing to focus on ever. So it's one of those that can be, it's so simple, just like in the previous episode of talking about be the change, like it's so simple, but it's really one of those things that we need to learn to master over this lifetime. It's one of these things that, yes, in our self-growth and in our manifestation and all these things that we are doing, yes, we want to be focusing on the doing and the breaking through and all the stuff, even the future and our goals, but we cannot neglect this. And today we are talking about the present moment. And it's the space that holds the key to everything you've been asking for. The answers you're seeking, the calm that your body is craving, the regulation that your nervous system is craving, but also the next level abundance, the vitality, the health, the alignment. It is nowhere else but here. It is not out there in the future. It is right here in the now. And this is something that I'm talking about today because I personally come around and back around to this all the time, where I'll get so swooped up in something that's going on or even my dreams of the future. And as soon as I start to feel either overwhelmed or overstimulated or unclear, or maybe I put a lot of effort into, dreaming and desiring something in a direction that just doesn't pan out. There's a lot of ways that I kind of continue to be reminded back into this present moment. And even sometimes when it's really good, when things are really working out and I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor or enjoying the feeling of abundance or something working out for me, either way, I always keep coming back to the power of the present moment. My team reminds me constantly of the power of this present moment. So we're going to dive deep into it. I'm going to remind you and re-remind you, as well as sprinkle some new perspective on the power of the present moment, because it's not just a vague, flaky thing of like, oh, live in the now. And then you're like, okay, cool, but what do I do? Or, but how do I get this thing? We have to keep, reminding ourselves of this. And I know that you are doing the work. You wouldn't be here. I know you're committed to your self-growth, also to your awakening and your spiritual growth, your intuitive growth, all of these things. I know you're committed. I know you're holding the vision of what you want. You're trying to stay aligned even when it's messy. I also know that I'm sure, like me, you've read the books, you've listened to the podcasts, you've definitely heard of The Power of Now, either the actual book by Eckhart Tolle or just in general, right? The Power of Right Now. I know you've come across this. So I'm going to refresh it a little bit as well, because when it comes back around for me, at first I go, I know the present moment, but there's these things, and I have to remind myself. But when it comes back, it needs to be refreshed. It needs to be, I don't know what it is. It's like, at first I'll go, I know the present moment, like when I'm saying it to my team, or if my husband's like, just try to enjoy this moment. And I'm like, oh, I know, but then once it lands again and I'm like, oh yeah, it gets more sacred. It gets more real. It gets like, okay, right. Yeah. Not just someone telling me or some inspiring thing I know I should do. This is not in the should category. This is in the sacred knowing category. And so that's what I'm going to do today. And at the end of the episode, I'm also going to give you a really powerful, so simple practice so that you can be anchoring into the present moment over and over and over again in your day, because the present moment is the portal to everything. So with that, let's just dive in, take a big sip of your water, and let's do this. Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm so excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life. My name is Talia Joy, and I am committed to showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to go on a magical journey of spiritual and self-growth to manifest the life you're meant for, we are now besties. Let's dive in. So, as I mentioned a moment ago, I know you're doing the work. I know you've read the books. I know you've done a lot of introspection and a lot of work on yourself. But I want to ask you, does it still feel sometimes like you're waiting? Like you're waiting for the money, you're waiting for the clarity, you're waiting for the love or the purpose to be uncovered, waiting for the breakthrough, right? Again, I know this feeling well. There's absolutely never any shame on it. We're just bringing light to it. So I want to remind you, if you feel like you're waiting, if you feel like it's always just around the bend, I want to remind you of the most powerful practice that you can embody, which is presence. And it's presence in this present moment. Presence and this present moment is the portal to everything. So I want to start first by just a big heavy hitter. The present moment is the only place where the divine can meet you, can find you. Whether you resonate with universe, life force energy, God, spirit, even if you want to talk about your intuition, your angels, your guides, your family member in heaven, even asking for signs, like whatever that whole understanding is for you, it is the only place that you can meet them, that you can feel that frequency. The only place is the present moment. We don't receive intuition someday. It's not that we wait to speak to God or source later. It's never in a later, it's in a now moment. Your spirit guides don't drop in from the past or in the future or in the past, like it is right now. When you're connecting with divine source energy, when you're connecting with your higher self, that's not later. Because even later, when you have the space to meditate or you're in that yoga class and you feel so connected to spirit, that then is a now moment. The soul doesn't meet you later. The soul meets you now. It's not about unfolding the next chapter. It's about what comes through in the now. It's about being in the now, appreciating the now. And even when, and I'll touch on this in a minute, but even when we talk about manifestation and you hear like you have to be her now, or you have to find the frequency, feel the abundance now, there's a reason why people say that. And it's not just like, well, I guess that's how you manifest. Like you're learning how to how a car operates. It's not just something to take someone's word for. It's to deeply understand that all we have is now. And that is the only place where the divine can meet you. And I know that when we're ambitious, when we're soul driven, when you're a little bit scrappy and resilient like I am, we're always reaching for more. And that inherently is fine. It's totally okay. I have big goals and dreams. And of course, it's part of what also keeps us alive and keeps us trucking another day, is like our ambitions and our goals. And that's totally fine. But when we are reaching for more than we are in the present, that's when we endlessly are chasing. That's when there starts to be either a problem or discomfort. And it's really, I'm seeing right now from my team, the visual of a carrot dangling out in front of you. And if you're always the next thing, always looking for the next thing, always looking for tomorrow, always feeling like the money's coming, next month, next week, it's after the next breakthrough, it's just around the bend, that literally keeps us just around the bend. Ding. Okay. It keeps our blessings just around the bend forever. But we have to sink into that the now is the only real moment we have. It's the point of creation. It is the only thing that is real. Because right now, tomorrow is just in your imagination and the past is gone. So it's literally all we actually physically in reality have. And learning to live in this present moment, to live while you're alive, to be alive right here, creates a miraculous ripple of events. It has this ripple effect where it makes us able to manifest easier because we tune into the joy we have right now, the blessings we have right now. So we start attracting more of that. We also boost our gratitude, as I'm saying, for like, wow, what a beautiful day. And even in the present moment, if it's raining, you can appreciate it. Or you can take a breath and sink into your body and ignite gratitude for what you already have. And it makes our nervous system also relax and feel more safe because usually in the present moment, we're okay. We can locate that feeling of we are enough, we are okay, we are safe right now. This present moment actually has some beauty. Look at those flowers, look at the sun or the rain, or in the present moment, you have this car, you have these clothes, you have these people around you, you have a job, you are eating delicious food, you have dishes that you're washing, like whatever it is in this present moment, we can find a space where it's not so bad. So it also boosts our gratitude. So to go back for a second to manifestation and the quantum field and how we hear you have to be it now. So I want to just say that, as you know, the law of attraction and other laws are always mirroring back what you are being. So if you say, I want abundance, it's not bad or broken or like wrong, but it just is that you are not abundance yet. You want it. So it's that around the corner feeling. If you had $1 million or 5 million or 10 million, you wouldn't be saying, I want abundance. You might be saying, I desire more money. If for some reason you had, you needed more for some huge thing you're doing, you might say, I want more of this, or I want my investments to grow. But you wouldn't be saying just like, I want money, I need money, right? That's not the present moment, that's later. So when we begin to find abundance in this breath, in what the stuff, the money that's already in our wallet, in all the food in our fridge that's already there, when you find safety, security, well-being in the warmth of your cup of tea, when you're giggling with your kid or, you're just going about your day, you have a quiet moment reading a book at home, when you find well-being in that moment, you become a match for more. You're no longer saying like, oh, I want more peaceful moments. I want more of this in my life. I want more of that. That will always keep us wanting. But when we recognize what is here now, even if it's a lesser form than what we want, it has us become a match for more. And with, say, something, some things are really in our face when we're having financial scarcity, or if you're feeling alone, or if you have pain or dis-ease in your body, it can be hard to focus on the wellness. It can be hard to focus on what you do have. It can be hard. But you're here in an awakening journey as a soul. You did not pick an easy path. So it is hard. And when we can find the abundance in what we already have, when we can be grateful for what we already have, we start identifying as someone who already has abundance, who is already experiencing love, who has gratitude for the blessings, for the, miracles in their life. That's when you attract more of it. So you don't have to pretend you're a millionaire, but you can be extra, extra grateful and put focus on the fact that your debit or your credit card was approved for your groceries, or the fact that you pay your phone bill every month. And some people can't even, in the world afford to have a phone. Or when you go on a trip and you're just grateful that I could do this retreat or this trip to go see my friend, or whatever it is. We can find abundance in what we have, because if you have any clothes, if you have any phones, if you have a pet or a roof over your head or a bicycle or a frickin' banana on your counter, that is abundance. That took money. So it's okay to say, I want to grow my abundance and to feel like I want more of this. That isn't even bad. But to just kind of go, I have no money, or I want money in the future, that is not what will attract it. So coming back into the present moment, when we can find it here, we become a match for more. And say in my pain journey, I have pain, what I would say, it sounds dramatic, but everywhere in my body. So it can be hard sometimes because my husband's like, what hurts? And I want to be like, I don't have enough fingers to point to the areas that hurt because everything hurts. But there's this, I don't remember exactly if it was what's that story for like a wise, or that word for a wise story that like teaches a lesson. Some of you guys are saying it right now. A parable? No, I don't know. Maybe that is what it is. But anyway, it's a story about someone who's walking along the desert and they're walking forever and they really hurt one of their feet and they're on this long pilgrimage. I'm butchering it, but you'll get the moral at the end. They're on this long pilgrimage and one foot got really hurt. Maybe it's even broken and they're limping along. And someone at the end was like, how did you walk that far with one broken foot? And the guy said, at any one point, there was a foot that wasn't broken. And I focused on that. And so I picture walking with one foot that hurts. There's always one foot that's okay. And when we can put our attention on that, it doesn't mean we pretend the other foot isn't hurt or in any way even reject it. We just bring our focus onto the thing that doesn't hurt. So sometimes even if my body hurts, I'll think of other ways that I've improved my relationship with my body, how I don't have an eating disorder anymore, how I'm not picking myself apart for weight anymore. And even though I have pain, I might go, my pinky doesn't hurt, or right now I don't have a headache, or, focusing on anything else. Or I'm grateful that I could take this magnesium that's going to help me sleep better, anything else. And I still nurture my body. And sometimes I still cry in pain and go, this sucks. It's not really about ignoring the bad, ignoring the debt, ignoring, your goal of wanting to get married or find a partner. We don't have to ignore any of that. We just literally bring our focus onto what we want. And I'm seeing this beautiful visual right now of two boxes, and one box, for some reason they look like presents. Anyway, one box is a box of abundance and one box is a box of scarcity or no abundance or debt or whatever. So say even it's debt on one side, one box, and one is abundance. It's not that we have to change the debt box. We just have to bring our focus to the abundance box. Do you know what I mean? We don't have to change the pain box. We just need to bring our focus to the wellness box. So I'm getting a little bit off topic here with manifestation, but that all happens in the now. So what if, no, hang on. One of your biggest spiritual assignments in your life, what if one of your biggest soul assignments, one of your biggest growth assignments was to have you over this lifetime ask the questions, can you find health in the right now? Can you find miracles in the right now? Can you find abundance in this moment? And can you find the blank, insert what it is that you want most? Can you find the purpose? Can you find the confidence? Can you find the health, the vitality? Can you find the abundance right now? Is there a 5 in your wallet? Is there a penny or a coin anywhere? Do you have almond milk in your fridge? Like whatever, eggs. I know you guys in the US, right? Can you afford an egg? But either way, whether you can or can't afford an egg, what do you have, right? Do you have a roof over your head? Whether you rent or own, it doesn't matter. It is abundance. And most people in the world don't have what you have. So what if the biggest spiritual assignment of your life is to live in the now and be able to tune your focus to what you do have, the health, the vitality, the love, the connection, instead of overly focusing on what you don't have. This is what speeds up manifestation. This is when miracles are found in the now and miracles become normal. So being real, as I said, I know that sometimes life feels really uncomfortable, and that's putting it lightly. I'm saying uncomfortable, but like we're dealing with very big stuff, right? And sometimes it feels heavy or uncertain or boring or challenging, and that's okay. But still, Right now is where you will find more of what you want. That is where you will find the joy. Also, I want to say, in this crazy life where sometimes we can be sucked up, I know, like, I'm a mom of 3, I'm living that domestic life, and I've got a business, and we've got dance on Monday and this on that day, and we're picking up this kid and dropping off, and it can feel very overwhelming, very suffocating. And whatever your life is, whatever your lifestyle, whatever your schedule is, sometimes it can feel a little bit mundane, or like you've got a lot of pressure in your job and all these things. But I just want to present to you that one day, when you're really super old and super, by the way, super hot for an old person, old and wrinkly, and you're literally looking back on your life, you're going to look back on these exact moments and go, wow, that was a sacred time, right? The way that you might look back if your kids are grown and you look back at when they were tiny and at the time you were exhausted and there was like milk dribbles on the floor and like stuff everywhere, but you're going to look back and go like, oh, those little feet, Or I remember my Nana used to look back at photos of her and go, God, every time I look back, I think I'm so beautiful. But at the time, I didn't think I was beautiful. And I remember that. I remember looking at photos with her of my Nana, who's obviously like a grandma, in her 20s, 30s, 40s, and she was gorgeous. She had like this hourglass, like pinup girl look figure, and she was gorgeous. And she said, I always felt like I was too big, like I was too fat, like I was, I wasn't enough of this, I wasn't enough of that. And she's like, I look back and go, you're beautiful. And I promise you, you're the youngest you're ever going to get. This time right now, there will be gold in it. So when you, instead of waiting to be 80, instead of waiting to be 90 or 111, however old you're going to live, instead of waiting for that, you're in that moment now. And even though it can be really heavy, and even though there's a lot of unknowns, this is a sacred season and you're in it right now. You're not looking back at 90 going, man, I wish I would have appreciated that exact age or seen what I had. So I just want to present that for most of us, there are blessings in this time of life that we're going to look back and be like, wow, those were good days. There was good in that. I look back at times even before I had kids and I'm living with roommates and my life was a mess. And I'm like, those were good times. And I look back at my husband at the beginning of our relationship and, drinking a whole bottle of wine on the floor and making grilled cheese at 2 a.m. And I'm like, oh, those were good times. And when my babies were born, I was exhausted, but each one, I'm like, oh, those little feet, And I know that even though right now, things feel crazy. There feels like there's a lot of pressure. I'm constantly tired from, babies forever. And I know I'm going to look back though and go, oh, so right now we are in that right now. Let's make the most of it. I'm getting massive goosebumps because I promise you, you will miss this chapter one day. This version of you who is rising, who is healing, who is seeking, who is becoming, who is awakening. Your future self is going to look back and remember this time with tenderness, with self-love, with grace. So don't push past the now. And the other thing I want to say is about your nervous system. When we are going through nervous system healing, when our nervous systems feel jacked up, overwhelmed, spinning around, unsafe, activated, whatever, the body regulates in the present moment. When you're in the past, you may feel regret or shame or bad memories. When you're in the future, you might feel fear or anxiety or anticipation, good or bad. But regulation happens right now. In this moment, if you pause, your body can soften. Your breath can deepen. We don't find mindfulness later. We find it right now. We don't find a calm nervous system later. We find it right now. Your breath. You can tune into your heart rate. Your system starts to reset. And this is where we find it. So any of you, all of you, healing, trauma, doing nervous system work, trying to find your peace, your joy, your zen, healing, safety, and security issues, trying to find peace and presence in your body, it happens now. It can happen while you're driving, while you're walking the dog, while you're listening at home, while you're cleaning. It can happen anytime, where you can take a deep breath and find presence in the now. And this is where food tastes better. This is where music sounds sweeter. This is where a hug really fills you up, when you're present with it. You know the difference between a hug of like a quick, like even if it's someone you really love and it's a quick, okay, bye, versus like when you linger for a second. And if it's someone you really love and you like smell their neck, not like a weird family member, I mean like your lover or your child or even your puppy, and you just go like, just soak it up. It happens now. Joy, pleasure happens now. Regulation happens now. And when you have big goals and you have big dreams and you're focused on tomorrow, if you feel frustrated, if you feel like it's not happening fast enough, or you're not doing enough, or the results aren't what you wanted, or anything, life is asking you to come back to now. Can you soften? Because your now creates your tomorrow. And how that big goal and dream pans out is based in the now. Your health journey is based in the now. Your abundance manifestation journey is in the now. Your business journey, your moving forward, being fully expressed and loving yourself journey is right now. Loving yourself happens now. Magnetism happens now. Health and vitality happens now. So we're going to do a quick practice before we wrap up. So I just invite you to pause. Take a deep breath. Exhale out. Take in this conversation. Come to this present moment. One more deep breath in. Feel the belly or the chest expand. And as you exhale, feel it physically contract. And tuning into the senses. Starting with sight. What do you see right now? What's out in front of you? Is it a room? Is it trees? Is it city blocks? Your car? The leash of your dog? Nature? The dishes? Are you in your home? What can you see? And just name it gently in your mind. Just like, oh, building, dog, bird, dishes. Just note, what do you see? And now moving into what can you hear? My voice, the sound of the car, the sound of traffic outside, birds chirping. What can you hear? And what distance sounds can you hear? What can you hear beyond what you first heard? Now bringing your awareness to smell. What do you smell? Is it fresh air, food, perfume, the forest? Is there any sense at all? And if there's no sense, what does the air smell like? Now, any tastes? Do you have any tastes in your mouth? Even if it's neutral. And finally, touch. Feel the surface beneath you. Feel how your clothes feel on your skin. If you're gripping the wheel or anything you're doing with your hands, just feel your body and how it feels to hold what you're holding, or to rub your hands even on your legs to feel what your pants or your skirt or whatever feels like. You could even put your hands on your arms, crossing your arms over your body, just gently feeling the feeling of your hands on your arms. Is there a gentle breeze? Can you feel hair on your shoulders? Can you feel a surface beneath you? And just taking another breath. Right now you are safe. Right now you are whole. This is the only moment that exists. And everything you do right now is sent out 10 times into the universe. So that calm you feel right now is coming back to you 10 times. That ease you feel right now is being sent out and coming back to you. So can you find joy? Can you find abundance? Can you find a sliver of light or miracles in this present moment? Okay, good job in that. So beautiful, soul, as we wrap up, this is the power of the present moment. You don't need to earn your way into your desires. You don't need to hustle, especially for healing, for anything. You just need to learn how to come into the now. When you live in presence, you skyrocket your transformation. And all of the things going on in the world of the 10,000 things, as Lao Tzu says, we live in a world of the 10,000 things. There are a million things going on. We have technology and politics and the problems going on in our families and our lives and pain and this and that. There's so much going on that you owe yourself present moment peace. And this is where we start to truly feel a shift and experience life differently. This is where you become more magnetic. This is where you become more clear and just feel better. I've learned to find freedom in the present moment, which changes my state when I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, right here, right now. Okay, love, if this spoke to you, I would love if you shared it with somebody who you know it will resonate with. This is one of those things, as I say, that we need to practice for a lifetime. So I would love if you shared it with a like-minded seeker. Otherwise, I really hope that this landed in your life at the right day, at the right time. And with that, I think I'm good. I'm sending you so much love because you are worth it. You are enough. And until next time, I'll see you later. See you in the next episode. Hey Seeker, thanks so much for tuning in. Before you go, I want to let you know about The Bedtime Ritual. This is a brand new book that I've created that is a 100-day journey of evening journal prompts. The Bedtime Ritual is a perfect tool for bringing in more intentional reflection, self-care, me time, manifestation, all in just one prompt per evening. I know you're going to love The Bedtime Ritual. The link is below and you can find it on Amazon.